Yo, what is up everybody? Jumping here, and today I wanted to talk about how to defeat the Archpriest in the new raid for Destiny Rise of Iron. Now this guy is actually the intro boss as well as the first boss of the raid, but the raid in my opinion really doesn't start until you get to this point, because the very beginning I was thinking about making a video on how to get into the raid, but honestly it's not that hard. You just collect lightning, you slam it in the thing, and then you throw some bombs at the guy, and then you shoot him and he goes away. That's it. It's pretty simple. And it does take a little while because, you know, you gotta damage them, you gotta throw bombs at them, you gotta put all that lightning in there. And it just, honestly, just takes way too long for me to make a video about it because it is a simple concept. You collect lightning, you slam it in, you throw bombs, you shoot him, he goes away. Now this one is a little bit more complicated. And this is where people are going to actually want to maybe have some help. So this is where I'm going to actually start making these videos about how to defeat these raid bosses and do the different things in the raid. Alrighty, so the main thing about this raid, almost every boss besides maybe the second boss, which really isn't a boss, you're going to want to break up into teams of 2. So you want 2 people on the right, 2 people in the middle, and 2 people on the left. Now normally I would recommend maybe grouping people together depending on certain things. Sometimes it's best to put your strongest player with your weakest player because the strongest player can help the weakest player. That's normally a good idea sometimes. Sometimes it's a good idea to put your 2 strongest players together if there's a spot where there's a lot of enemies and people are having trouble with it. And sometimes it's best to just maybe mix it up. Maybe some people know each other really well. They've worked together in the past and you might want to put them together. So it's really up to you on how you want to group people. But I think that's a big aspect of any raid in this game is the grouping. And unfortunately, when people are randoms, they have a lot of trouble doing raids, generally because they don't know each other. If they work with each other for a while, they kind of understand how each other will play, and it really does help a lot. And communication is always key, guys. That's the #1 thing. You really got to talk. You really got to call out. Alrighty, so let me get into this because the concept to this is fairly simple. You kill some enemies, some bombs will drop down, 1 bomb on the right, 1 bomb on the left, and 1 bomb in the middle. You pick up the bombs, and then you throw the bombs at the guy, and then you take his shield down, and you damage him, and then he explodes. I mean, that seems very simple, right? But it's actually not, because, like I said, you want to kill those enemies, and you want to work together in your team, and then one guy is going to want to grab the bomb. It doesn't matter who grabs it, but you do want to probably have one guy who will grab the bomb and throw it. Because some people actually suck at throwing it. I actually suck at throwing it. I cannot freaking throw that bomb. I don't know why. I always miss. And you want to have someone on your team. Normally someone who has a good voice or will talk very loudly and very clearly. And you want them to go ahead and count down when to throw the bomb. Because it seems like you definitely want to throw the bomb at almost the same time. So normally what I do is I count it down. I will say 3, 2, 1, throw. And when I say throw, all 3 people will throw the bomb at the guy and it will explode. Now, the reason why I do 3, 2, 1, throw is because as I'm counting down 3, 2, 1, everyone will then kind of jump in the air and kind of get their angle right, aim. And then when they hear throw, they know release. And normally the bombs will all connect almost at the same time. Now, once you actually hit them with the bombs, a monitor will actually come up. Now, when the bombs come up, it's very obvious. The sound effect, you'll hear it and you'll go, oh, okay, the bombs are coming up. Everybody will hear that. The monitor also makes a noise, but a lot of people might not catch that right away. So you got to pay attention. It kind of sounds like a monitor turning on. So just pay attention to that, and then you know the monitor is on. Now, I would tell you maybe everybody should shoot the monitor, but you really don't have to because it's really not all that important. I think the 2 guys in the middle can kind of take care of it themselves. Now, maybe in the future on the hard mode raid, there might be 2 or 3 monitors that will turn on, and at that point, everybody's going to want to shoot at it. But for the normal raid, it's just 1 monitor at a time. And the main thing about when the monitor turns on, somebody or multiple people can do it, because a lot of times you'll have 2 or 3 people say it because, everybody's trying to communicate and call out. You need to say where the monitor is. Now, I personally think it's best to say right, left, middle, whatever. Normally, I don't think the monitors ever really come up in the middle. It's either the left or the right. But everybody knows if I say right, everyone's going to look on the right side of where the monitors are, and they'll probably spot the monitor no problem. So that's what we normally do. But you can probably say like middle left, top left, bottom left, if you really wanted to. It's not a problem. But taking care of those monitors are important. But I personally think the best way to do it is let the two guys in the middle kind of look for the monitors, but also allow one guy from the right and one guy from the left to also look and try to help, because sometimes the angle can be a little bit difficult for certain people to shoot. If I'm on the right, it's actually a little bit hard for me to shoot the monitors that appear on the right. Now, if you move further to the right, you can actually hit them, but if you're looking at it through the middle, which normally I go to the middle to look for the monitor, I can't actually see it very well if I'm on the right side of the middle and it pops up on the far right side of the monitor screens or whatever. So just keep that in mind. I say 4 people at the most should probably shoot monitors. You can have everyone do it, but at the same time, you really don't have to. Now, once you do this 3 times, captains will come out, and they're a real pain in the ass, but if you have Gallahorn, you can use that. Shotguns work very well. But the deal is that shotguns I don't recommend, because I think sniping him in the face is your best strategy. I think eventually here, you're going to want to use Black Spindle. I mean, we weren't using it in this video because, see, the thing is that this captain's really strong and he is really annoying. So I personally like to Gallahorn the captain, and you can Gallahorn the boss too a little bit. But when you like use a rocket launcher on a boss and everyone's trying to snipe them, you will mess up people's headshots. And you really don't want that to happen. You want to try to stun lock them as best you can and kind of treat them like the other boss, the Archpriest from the last raid. I mean, sniping him with the Black Spindle was great. And I think eventually the Black Spindle will be the best bet. But right now, I think the Gallahorn is the way to go, at least for a while, until we can get some higher light and stuff. So that's what I would recommend. But, like I said, snipe him in the face, maybe Gallahorn him a little bit, heavy machine gun him, all that kind of stuff to do damage to him. And once the damage is actually done, that's when he's going to explode. Now, there's 4 rooms that are in this area, and you can be safe from the explosion in one of the rooms. Now, from the way that I see it, now, I don't think this is guaranteed. It's either going to be the right or the left, and sometimes it can be the top right, and sometimes it can be the top left, and it can be a little bit harder to see, but you need to figure that out. Now, I want to say that it will always start on the left, but I'm not sure. But when you have to get into the room, let's say it's on the left and it's the bottom left, well, everybody run to the room on the bottom left, and then once everyone's in, you actually do have a decent amount of time. You don't have to like just shoot it right away or start to panic. I see that all the time where people think that, oh no, we're going to fail, or, you know, we're going to get wiped. So they lock people out, and then you have to wait for the timer. On hard mode, this will be a big problem. So you got to get used to the time of it. And I feel like you have plenty of time for everyone to get into the room. Then you shoot the door, or the little like keypad there on the door, to seal the door, and then you're safe from the explosion. So I want to say that it will always start on the left, either the top left or the bottom left. It's really up to you. Or left 1, left 2. You can kind of like call it whatever you want. L1, L2, R1, R2. It doesn't really matter. But the point is that I want to say it always starts on the left. It might not. Sometimes it might start on the right. You need to figure out where to go. But then for the second part of damage, it will always flip to the other side. So if you could figure that out, like let's say you do the first little damage and it started on the left and it was the bottom left, you know that the next time it's going to be on the right. So if it's not the bottom right, it will be the top right. So definitely just move your ass basically to the right side and try to figure out which one it is. And you just want to repeat this strategy over and over again. Eventually, Shanks will come out. And fucking A, Shanks are a bitch in this raid. There are so many moments with Shanks. It's absolutely terrible. They are fucking annoying. And one quick tip I just want to say real quick. I do really like the idea of having a hunter on the left and a hunter on the right, because you can actually throw your smoke grenade for yourself if you're getting a bomb, or you can go ahead and throw your smoke grenade for your teammate if your teammate's getting the bomb. But that is pretty much it. We're going to go ahead and kill them now by just shooting them and destroying them, basically. And yeah, I really hope this has helped, guys. If it has, will you please like the video for me? Be sure to subscribe for future videos. And I really do hope that everyone has a very nice day. And peace out.